We're gonna start this bid off right. We got AK Dynasty in the house tonight. We're gonna start this bid off right. We got Mema in the house tonight. We're gonna start this bid off right. We got Heavenly in the house tonight. We're gonna start this bid off right. We got AK in the house tonight. So today, guys, we're gonna do a reaction video. The reaction video is going to be about what?
4 short,
True
scary stories.
4 short, true scary stories.
That's what we reacted to.
You know, saying what's on the video. So really, this thing gonna be good because you know we don't get scared for nothing, right, people?
Yeah.
Like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what other videos you would want us to react to down below, okay?
Yes.
Let us know what videos you want us to react to, guys. All right, without further ado, because you know who's rooted, it's written by Brian Black, whoever that is on my mama's phone. We'll go ahead and get into this scary story.
She know what it was. You just started. Look how it started off.
It was a Friday or a Saturday night. I was pre-gaming with some friends at my apartment before going out to a bar in town. One of my friends called the Uber. We were all pretty drunk, laughing and being loud with typical drunken banter. We got to the bar, and no line that night, surprisingly. At some point in the night, I asked for a girl's number who I'd been talking to. When I went into my pocket to get my phone, I realized I didn't have it on me. I checked all my pockets and confirmed this. I tried retracing my steps in the bar and asked each bartender if someone turned in a phone. I didn't remember even using my phone the whole time I'd been out, though. I stepped outside the bar with one of my friends to use his phone to call mine. Someone picked up on the other end. I heard the fiddling of the phone, but they didn't say anything. I said, "Hi, where'd you find this phone?" Just breathing on the other end. I asked them if they were at the bar, but they hung up on me. I looked at my friend and tried calling again. Went straight to voicemail, though. I tried using Find My iPhone.
That kind of remind me of something and someone who had a brand new phone.
This has nothing to do with that.
But just that part right there reminded me of that phone.
But nobody answered my phone, did they?
Nope.
Nobody.
Did you say somebody answered or picked up or whatever?
Nobody did anything.
They're wrong and
That's
the
it.
next time you call it, no answer. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
phone, but apparently I had that feature switched
I
on
know
for
it's
some
no
reason.
ghost.
This was a
It was
pretty
a
sobering experience. There was no way I could have fun knowing my phone was stolen. My friends told me just worry about it tomorrow. Go to the police station and get their help in tracking it. I went home early that night. I put a couple slices of bread in the toaster before bed and found my phone on the kitchen counter.
Really?
huh.
I'm about to
Really?
cry.
Wait a minute. Wait
I
a
really-
minute.
Why? My mom was on kitchen counter.
Wait a minute.
Really?
Okay. now,
Why gotta be an Apple? Why
That's-
gotta be an iPhone?
That's when stuff gets real.
Why gotta be an iPhone?
I don't know.
Somebody lying.
Somebody was in his
Then it's in the
apartment.
case.
Come
Somebody,
on now, my heart already.
somebody was in his apartment.
That's it.
I
Makes
signed
sense.
into it and checked my recent calls. And indeed, someone accepted the call, and it lasted for 25 seconds. Someone had been in my apartment to accept the call. That much was clear. I flipped
Nice.
the place upside down looking, screaming for whoever it was to come out from where they were hiding.
Come out wherever you are.
I know about you. I know you here.
He didn't say he had a gun waiting on him.
Yeah, he done told the
He
apartment
howling
up,
for them.
looking
you know.
for a person that might have a gun, a knife,
Anything.
some type of voodoo, whatever. They in the house, right? So you gonna tear the house up looking for this person that could probably tear your head up, shoot your head off, whatever, guns, whatever. I don't know. It's
Of
crazy.
course,
It's
this had a
crazy.
lot to do with the liquid confidence from drinking so much that night. I finally called the cops.
Liquid courage.
Considering there was no real proof of any forced entry, and places to hide are basically non-existent in this apartment, they couldn't do anything besides a police report. Nothing seemed to be missing from my apartment. But going to sleep that night, knowing someone had been in my apartment, or even worse, might possibly have still been in there with me, was probably the most uncomfortable night of my life.
Hey folks, I'm Joe Biden. I'd like to ask you to join my campaign. As I
Sorry,
said,
Joe. That's it? Wow.
Okay,
So
that
really,
was
before we were rudely interrupted by Joe Biden, that story was crazy. And to be honest with you, we don't even know if it was a ghost or if it was an actual person that was in the apartment. But really, I would just say it was a ghost. That probably was his old phone
I
number
don't know
that he
what
had.
it could have been or who it could have been or whatever, but I would have had some uneasy sleeps the whole time I was still staying there.
I don't think I would be sleeping there at all. I would probably be up more than I am sleeping.
I want to move or go to a friend's house and just stay there so they can have that apartment, you know?
Next story, guys.
I was 17 years old. This
you
happened
gamer?
on a late summer night. My dad and little brother had gone to a Boy Scout campout. My dad was one of the Scoutmasters. I was home alone with my mom for the weekend. She was already in bed at this point. It was about 2 in the morning, and I was just finishing up my late night gaming. I had to go to the bathroom one more time before going to sleep, though. While sitting on the toilet playing games on my phone, I heard the faintest little tap on the bathroom door. "Mom, was that you?" "Mom," I yelled. It wasn't windy or anything. There didn't seem to be any logical way to dismiss it. I slowly and nervously opened the door, but there was nobody there. However, my bedroom door was now shut. I was certain I hadn't shut it. I went over to my mom's room and told her that I thought somebody was in my room. She didn't take me seriously. Told me that she didn't know what to tell me. I tried to convince myself that maybe I did shut my door. I opened my door feeling extremely freaked out, and when I snuck a peek into the room, I felt like my heart exploded inside of my chest. I could see a hand sticking out from behind the dresser in the corner of my room.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute
Oh,
now.
my God.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Knock on the door and that was Stretch Armstrong was
And his imagination, that ain't what's
yeah,
really
you
going on.
can
You can imagine a lot of different things, but your imagination can make you crazy. He crazy right now. He's scared and crazy.
He out of his mind.
Out of it.
He said what again?
He said the hand was behind the dresser. Depending on how far your dresser is away from the wall, why is that hand in the body? We already seen somebody that was stuck between the bed and he could abandon it.
And he couldn't get out.
So that's why I'm like, let's continue.
Oh my gosh.
Who was hiding there? I ran to my mom's room and locked the door behind me. After quietly freaking out, telling her there's a man in the house, she finally believed me and went straight to my phone to call the cops. I put my ear up against the door to try and hear anything going on outside. I eventually heard the man's footsteps come out from my room and slowly come closer to my mom's room
Boy, stop.
until making it right outside the door, then stopping. I could see the outlines of his shoes through the bottom crack of the door. He tried the doorknob, but thankfully it had a lock. It seemed
Where
the
was
lock was...
Mom?
I'm a daredevil, right?
Did Mom leave out?
No, she's still in the room trying to call the police. My thing is this, I'm the type of person that'll be at the door, let him stand right there. I'm going to kick out the door. I'm going to kick it. I'm going to kick it so his whole ear basically be deaf after I kick the door.
I'm a daredevil too. So
I don't care.
Whatever come in the door is mine, and it's gonna get chopped off, stabbed up, cut up, flipped up, kicked up, whatever.
Go ahead and stay right there.
It's mine.
It was enough to persuade him to give up, because I heard him stomp down the stairs and out the front door. I hurried to the window to see which way the man was heading, but he was already gone.
You take that long to get to the window?
Huh, I guess. It's third story here, y'all.
Let's discuss this one first before we start the third one.
We already discussed it.
We did discuss it then.
You want to discuss more to it?
Yeah, give me that red.
Well, my only thing is what happened to Mom.
She was right there in the room. He said
she was on the phone calling the
room.
police.
She said he ran in the room with her.
Oh, okay.
She was on the phone.
I heard him say
to call the police.
she used his phone.
In the room.
But it didn't say in the room. It just said she used his phone. He didn't say he ran in her room with his phone. Oh, he said he was on the toilet.
You with his phone playing video game. You trying to make it seem like he lying. Alright, y'all ready? Kitty.
Alright, we got that one wrapped up.
When I was younger, 10 years old at the time, my mom had just started letting me stay home alone. We had been watching my mom's friend's dog while they were on vacation.
How old you say he is?
10.
How old are you? Scare yourself.
Wait.
My mom worked weekends, so she told me that they would come around back since
it would
the
be
dog's
daytime,
cage
not
was rented.
nighttime. I would never, not at nighttime. Please don't, because you see the setting back there. No, I wouldn't want to stay on her
Next to the
nighttime.
back door,
Okay,
and that I would have to let them in. I sat in the den by the back door with the dog by my side while I watched TV.
What'd you say?
She be the main one said, don't leave her here.
While looking out the
Don't be
window
out
through dark.
scary.
I tried to see what he was barking at, but it was too dark. Of course, I assumed it was my mom's friend coming to pick up the dog. I went over to the door with the dog following me and turned on the patio light. I couldn't see anyone out there at first, but the dog was still barking. I made sure to peek at every corner of the yard, but then I saw someone at the garden by our shed. It looked like my mom's friend. They seemed to be bending over
Look like it
picking
is two
something
different
up.
things.
I assumed she was admiring my mom's garden or something logical. I then received a disturbing phone call. I prioritized answering the phone, as my mom was strict about me always answering the phone when I was home alone. I left the dog to continue barking by the door, as I picked up the phone, hoping it was my mom. And it was. She told me that her friend wasn't going to pick up the dog that night, as they wouldn't be getting home until past midnight. I began to stutter.
Don't look at me like that.
My thing is, he didn't open the door, right?
He didn't open the door, but who is that outside?
I don't know, but
the
they
friend was at
outside
work.
and I'm inside.
I'm about to cry.
And the dog was barking. It's a dog barking in a happy way, like, I'm glad to see you.
No, the dog barking there like, who is this in the yard and why are they here? Because you know the dog gonna recognize the friend. That's the friend's dog.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, he could be barking like, I'm happy to see you.
No, it's not.
Most dogs be chill when they see their owner. Like
It's
they don't
not
act
like
out
that.
like that.
You can tell the difference between a bark and a growl and a point of where a dog is just like, this is not my my owner type bark.
Dogs got good eyes.
The pure horror prohibited me from
Especially
speaking
kittens.
coherently. I managed to finally blurt out that someone was in our yard. My mom started screaming like a lunatic. She told me to get up to my room, lock the door, and hide under the bed while my mom called the cops. I obeyed and laid there in silence for a good 10 minutes, until I got a knock at the door. I sprang up and out of the room, making it halfway down the stairs. I saw a face looking
Why
through
did you
the
go back
window of
downstairs?
my front door.
And he said he obeyed her. Now he heard her knock. He disobeyed her.
Right.
He need a whooping.
Where's the dog?
His face, a guy, staring right
A
at me.
guy.
A face so unsettling that it disturbs me thinking of it today. I screamed at the guy that the police were on their way, but he didn't move. He insisted on just staring at me like a statue. I ran all the way back upstairs, tripping twice, and back to my room. I waited another few minutes before another knock came at the door, followed by a muffled shouting noise. It was the police this time. They scanned the whole premises, but the guy was gone. They took me into custody until my mom arrived at the station.
Good
After
dog.
that incident, she started having a babysitter watch me again, all the way until I was 12.
What about the dog?
That's a scary thing to have to leave your child at home and then to find out somebody was in your yard and you just happened to call and say, well, the babysitter's not picking up the dog or whatever, and then to find out that person is in, that's a scary thought. But I'm glad nothing happened to the young man.
What happened to the dog?
Never said anything about what happened to the dog.
I guess her ex-husband came and took that dog, the lady who was at work that couldn't get the dang on dog. That's what I think. Because as you can see, they ain't say nothing about the dog or that lady dog or whatever. But anyway, to me, I think the person that came and got that dog was the man who was the ex-husband to the lady or something like that. Okay, let's continue.
I don't know what happened to the dog.
I just told you.
A A long time ago, my girlfriend and I were looking for a private place to be alone together since our parents were always home. There was a vacant house on the corner of our block that hadn't been owned for years. The back door was always left unlocked. I would know because my friends and I had been in there before.
Yeah.
We went in through the back.
Mema.
Before we could even get upstairs, there was a knock at the front door.
Wait a minute, abandoned house. Wait a minute. Wait, why you it?
But they waiting on them to get there or something?
First of all,
If it's
he
abandoned,
said
why
he'd
you
been in
never
the
go?
house before.
And it's abandoned.
So was it with her?
He said
Because you know, if
friends.
you're going into a abandoned house and it's dog and you saying you're trying to get away from parents, huh?
It's abandoned though. So why is there not?
Yeah, the second thing is why would someone be knocking on the door? Let's go. Let's find out.
I looked at each other with worry. What if someone had caught us sneaking in? She peeked out the window, but there was no one on the stoop. She made sure that the door was locked before turning back to me.
There's still
I
a
assured
lock on
her
the
it
door.
was just some kids playing ding-dong ditch. We made it only halfway up the stairs before the frantic knocking on the door came back. She checked the window again. The porch was still empty. She opened the door this time. Still couldn't see anyone.
Open the door.
I wanted to look tough to impress her, so I stepped outside and yelled at the pranksters to try it again. I shut the door and waited behind it, hands on the doorknob, ready to throw the door open. I just waited there for at least a minute. I was about to just forget about it when I heard the blood-curdling scream of my girlfriend.
Oh, that scared me. I like to hear screaming.
I turned to see what she was screaming at, and I screamed as well.
Mm.
Just barely in the dark, you could see the silhouette of a huge humanoid figure very slowly making its way down the stairs. It was moving in a
He
hovering
said humanoid figure. Humanoid.
So he is a what? Alien, a ghost, or what?
We ran past it just in arm's reach and left the house the way we came. We ran all the way back to my house, both of us out of breath. We know it couldn't have been an old person. It had to be at least 7 feet tall.
What?
Nobody was supposed to be living in that house, though. I even asked a friend living across the street from the house, and he said it had been vacant for years. The ghostly way the figure moved made it all the more disturbing. We both agreed to keep quiet about this story. I still occasionally have a nightmare or bad thoughts about that night.
Mm-mm.
I would never. I would never even do that. Like,
So my thing is that probably would have been a night she got pregnant. And it just so and it just so happened. That's the way I see it.
I don't know what she's taking from
cut that out.
these
Cut
stories,
that out. Cut it out.
But that is not what we're taking from these stories, guys.
Well, I mean, it's a scary story, but you know, sometimes scary
This
things.
is where I get my deep thoughts from. Like, I think more into the thing.
You know, thinking as a parent, they shouldn't have been in
What's so
that
deep
house.
about what she
And
said?
it's just
She
the
getting
thought.
deep into it. It's
They
not
should
about
have been
that.
in that house, and it's just the thought of what they went in there to do,
Anyways, guys.
and they were stopped.
Those
That's what I'm
weren't too
looking at.
scary to me because I'm personally like to look at these dang on scary stories and find a comedy in it, and they make me laugh. So I really want to comment down below the things that you have seen that's scary so we can watch them because I have not been scared yet.
Yeah, it's not scary, but it's like a lesson learned, like a moral to each one of them or whatever. But because I can think anything with it, but I don't like the thought of, okay, you take this girl to an abandoned house to do what? And this dog, and
Oh
she's
my God,
crazy
Mema.
enough to go with you to this dog abandoned house?
You know, kids are very risky back in period.
Risque.
Kids are risky, period. So even if it's a scary house or even graveyard, whatever, they'll do it just because they'll go there and say they've done it before. Did you like it? Did you like the story?
Just don't ever leave me in the house.
Yes, you don't revisit it that time. Do you like the stories?
Excuse me, I liked it.
All right.
Liked it. Yeah.
Family, like, comment, and subscribe down below. Comment down below other videos that we can actually react to. and hit that notification bell anywhere that's around your YouTube. And we will be back with more videos. All right, love ya.